Now, the Syrian government and Kurdish-led SDF have ordered their fighters to cease fire following deadly clashes in Aleppo.
At least 3 people were reportedly killed in the clashes, which came ahead of a deadline to integrate the SDF into the Syrian army. The Syrian Democratic Forces, SDF, they control vast swathes of Syria's oil-rich northeast.
Now, the Syrian Defense Ministry said that the army has issued an order to stop targeting the sources of fire. Our SDF also said it has issued directives to the forces to cease responding to attacks. The two sides had earlier traded blame over who started the clashes.
State news agency Sana said that 2 civilians were killed and 8 others were wounded in SDF shelling on districts of Aleppo. SDF claimed that a woman was killed and 17 civilians wounded on its side by rocket and tank shelling carried out by the government factions on the Sheikh Maqsood and Ashrafieh neighborhoods. These neighborhoods have remained under the control of Kurdish units linked to the SDF and the Kurds' domestic security forces, despite a disengagement agreement reached in April with Syria's new authorities.
In October, Syria announced a comprehensive ceasefire with Kurdish forces following deadly clashes in the districts. Under the March deal between Damascus and the SDF, the Kurds' civil and military institutions should be integrated into the central government by year-end, but differences have held up the deal's implementation despite international pressure.
Now, the clashes coincide with the top Turkish ministers to Syria. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan, Defense Minister Yasar Güler and Intelligence Chief Ibrahim Kalin met with Syrian President Ahmad al-Shara. Turkey's top diplomat also urged the Kurds to integrate into the Syrian army, adding that Syria's stability means Turkey's stability.
Of course, we also put the issue related to the SDF on the table. Unfortunately, as my esteemed colleague also stated, we see that they do not intend to make much progress there. Of course, we also discussed the reasons behind this. The fact that the SDF is carrying out certain activities in coordination with Israel has, in reality, become a major obstacle to the talks currently being held with Damascus.
Turkey sees the presence of Kurdish forces on its border with Syria as a security threat. It shares a 900-kilometer border with Syria and has launched successive offensives to push the SDF from its frontier.